Oil pressure seems straightforward, right? Just a light on the dash telling you everything's fine. But here's the shocker. Most catastrophic engine failures start with warning signs drivers see but ignore. So before that warning light turns into a $5,000 engine rebuild, watch closely. Here are 9 oil pressure danger signs you should never ignore. Number 9. Flickering oil pressure. Light at idle. You're sitting at a stoplight and the oil pressure light blinks on for a second. Then it goes away when you give it gas. Most drivers ignore this. Big mistake. It's how you end up with a bearing replacement that costs $2,500 to $5,000. Here's what's actually happening. At idle, your engine spins slowly. The oil pump turns slowly too. If your oil is too thin, worn out, or you're running low, the pump can't maintain enough pressure. That light flickers to warn you that lubrication is right on the edge of failing. This flicker points to several problems: low oil level, weak oil pump, clogged pickup screen, or worn bearings that have opened up the clearances. Even a tiny dip in pressure means internal parts are rubbing with less oil film than they need. And here's the thing about metal surfaces. Once they start scuffing, they never heal. The damage is permanent and gets worse with every drive. The first step is straightforward. If you see this flicker, check your oil level that day, not next week. Add oil if it's low. If the level is fine, you need to dig deeper because something else is failing. But if you think that's the only early warning, it's not. Number 8. Loud ticking on cold start. Cold starts are when engines suffer the most wear. If you start your car and hear loud ticking for more than a few seconds, here's what's really happening behind the scenes. Oil drains back into the pan overnight. On startup, the pump has to push it back through narrow passages to reach lifters, camshafts, and tensioners. When oil is too thick for the temperature, like using 10W40 in winter, or it's old and sludge-filled, it can't reach those parts fast enough. That ticking means your valve-train components are running dry. Hydraulic lifters, rocker arms, cam lobes, and chain tensioners are all supposed to run with hydraulic pressure, not dry friction. The truth is, a brief ticking for 1 to 3 seconds with the proper oil grade can be normal as oil circulates. But if it persists longer, you're starving components and accelerating wear on parts designed to last the engine's lifetime. Here's what to do. Don't brush this off as normal morning noise. If ticking lasts more than a few seconds, check your oil level and consider switching to the correct viscosity for your climate. And if you think that's just annoying noise, wait until you hear the next one. It means you're already in serious trouble. Number 7. Deep knocking sound from the engine. A deep, dull knock from the engine isn't a noisy engine. It's the sound of rod bearings failing. And once you hear it, you're already looking at major damage. Here's how it happens. Bearings don't rub surfaces directly. They ride on a thin oil film that holds the crankshaft and connecting rods apart. Lose pressure and that film collapses. Then metal contacts metal at thousands of RPM, and the destruction accelerates fast. This usually starts when oil is extremely low, the pickup tube is clogged, the pump relief valve sticks, or the engine is already worn with excessive bearing clearances. Once the bearing surface is damaged, it will not recover. You're in engine rebuild territory. And we're not talking about a cheap fix. Bearing replacement requires complete engine disassembly and runs $2,500 to $5,000. If you've driven too long with the knock and damaged the crankshaft journals, you're looking at a full rebuild, $2,500 to $6,000 or more depending on the engine. But here's the worst part. The knock gets worse. It gets louder. And then one day you're driving down the highway and hear a loud bang. That's a thrown rod punching a hole through your engine block. Game over. The fix? There isn't one at this stage. Once you hear rod knock, the damage is done. The only answer is to stop driving immediately and prepare for a major repair. And you don't always get a gentle warning like ticking. Sometimes the pressure collapses instantly while you're driving. Number 6. Sudden oil pressure drop while driving. You're cruising normally and the pressure gauge suddenly dives. Or the oil light comes on and stays on. This is not the time to gamble. Pull over immediately. Here's why this happens. A sudden drop can mean the pickup tube just sucked air. The oil pump lost prime. Bearing clearances opened up. Oil sloshed away from the pickup during hard braking or cornering, or the oil level fell below safe volume. A consistent pressure drop at speed is one of the fastest ways to destroy an engine. Driving just a bit more to get home or to a shop is how people spin bearings or blow engines. Drivers think they can make it another mile, but the engine can seize before they get there. Now they're looking at a tow bill and an engine replacement. The smart move is clear. If pressure drops suddenly, shut it down. You diagnose later. You don't roll the dice on the highway. The problem is, pressure loss also pushes heat higher because the oil film isn't carrying heat away anymore. And that brings us to the next dangerous combination. Number 5. High engine temperature with low oil pressure. Oil is not just a lubricant, it's a cooling fluid. It absorbs heat from bearings, pistons, and turbo shafts. When pressure is weak, metal friction increases, internal temps spike, and your coolant system has to do more work than it was designed for. That's why you often see the combination: hot engine and low oil pressure together. It means the lubrication system is failing, and thermal stress is increasing everywhere. Here's what's really happening. This breaks down the oil faster and reduces viscosity even more. It's a vicious cycle that feeds on itself. Low pressure creates heat. Heat degrades oil. Degraded oil creates lower pressure. And before you know it, your engine is cooking itself from the inside out. What you need to do is clear. If both your temperature gauge and oil pressure are acting up together, that's not coincidence. That's a lubrication failure in progress. Pull over, shut down, and call for a tow. And if your engine is also losing oil externally, you'll smell it next. Number 4. Burning oil smell with low oil level warning. If you smell burnt oil, don't just chalk it up to old car stuff. That smell means oil is landing on hot surfaces, like your exhaust manifolds, turbo, catalytic converter shield, or engine block. Heat cooks it into smoke you can smell from inside the car. Combine that smell with a low oil warning on your dashboard, and it's simple math. Oil is exiting your system faster than the pump can work with. Here's what causes it. Common culprits include leaking valve cover gaskets, oil pan gaskets, rear main seals or oil cooler lines. And driving with low oil means pressure drops below safe levels at every corner, every hill, every hard break. That's how bearings starve and engines fail. Here's what you should do. Check under your car. Look for oil spots on your driveway. Pop the hood and inspect gaskets with a flashlight. If you're losing oil externally, you need to fix the leak before it becomes an engine failure. And if you're finding these tips helpful, make sure to hit subscribe and turn on the bell icon. We share great videos about car maintenance every week. Number 3. Engine stalling. After the oil light appears. If your engine stalls after the oil light appears, it could mean lubrication has failed or dropped to dangerously low levels. The engine may stall due to internal damage from oil starvation, not because the ECU deliberately shut it down. Here's what most people don't realize. Many drivers think the car is protecting itself by shutting down. But the truth is, if the engine stalls, it's likely already suffering internal damage. And here's the critical part. Restarting the engine is a bad idea. If the engine stalled due to oil starvation, every restart spins dry bearings, grinding metal on metal, and creating damage that can't be undone. The safe move is to have the car towed. Don't try to drive it carefully home. Even 2 miles can finish off an already damaged engine. That $150 tow bill is a bargain compared to a $5,000 engine rebuild. But even worse than stalling, sometimes the warning doesn't come from a light at all. It comes from noise in the timing system itself. Number 2. Noisy timing chain or VVT rattle. A rattling timing chain or variable valve timing unit is your engine screaming that it doesn't have enough oil pressure. Here's how it happens. Chain tensioners rely on hydraulic pressure, not springs. Low pressure means the chain slaps guides, wears sprockets, guides crumble, and in extreme cases, timing can jump teeth. VVT actuators also need pressure to advance and retard cam timing. With weak oil flow, they click, buzz, or rattle. This isn't annoying noise you can ignore. It's mechanical parts eating each other. Many timing chain failures begin as oil pressure problems, not bad chains. The chain itself is fine. It's the lack of pressure that allows it to go loose and destroy everything around it. And replacing a timing chain isn't cheap. Parts and labor typically run $600 to $2,000, and that's if you catch it before the guides break or the chain jumps time. Wait too long, and you could be looking at bent valves, damaged pistons, and a complete engine teardown. Here's the right approach. If you hear chain rattle, especially on cold starts, get your oil pressure tested with a mechanical gauge. Don't trust the dashboard gauge. They're often inaccurate. Find out what the real pressure is and fix the root cause before that chain destroys your engine. But the final sign is one that many people miss completely, and it's one of the most dangerous because it destroys engines faster than anything else without making a sound. Number 1. Foamy or milky oil. You pull the dipstick and see something that looks like chocolate milk or coffee with cream. That's not condensation from short trips. That is coolant, usually from a blown head gasket or cracked block, mixing with your oil. Here's what's really happening. When coolant leaks into the crankcase, it's game over for lubrication. Bearings lose protection. Oil turns into froth. Air bubbles collapse pressure and the pump cavitates. Foamy oil cannot build a stable film. It feeds dry bubbles into the system, and every metal surface suffers in the background. Common causes include a blown head gasket, cracked engine block, failed oil cooler, or intake manifold gasket failure on some V engines. And here's the worst part. If you keep running the engine with milky oil, you're not just risking bearing damage. You're risking total engine destruction. What you need to do is critical. If the oil looks milky, do not run the engine. Not even to move it into the garage. You fix the leak first. You flush the system correctly. You replace the oil and filter. And then you hope the bearings aren't already scored. Driving it just a bit to get to a shop can turn a head gasket repair into a multi-$1,000 engine rebuild. The choice is obvious when you put it that way. And there you have it. 9 oil pressure danger signs that can kill your engine faster than you can even realize. Which one have you seen people ignore the most? Share it in the comments below. Your experience might save someone's engine. And if you found these tips helpful, don't forget to see the next video. Thanks for watching.